Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me from. So today's video is about divorced women. Have you ever at any point in your life got married and you divorced as a woman and later you regret ever divorcing your husband? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing stitches of women who actually got married and divorced, and at the end of the day, they shared a lot of regrets that they had. So in order for you not to fall into similar situation, I would like us to watch all of these videos, and when we are done watching, as usual, I will come back to talk about it. Please, let's watch.
Divorce my husband. Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's fucking sickness. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them.
A woman shared her regrets about not working harder to save her marriage now that her ex-husband is happily remarried. The 41-year-old woman shared to the True Off My Chest subreddit that she left her husband around 10 years ago, shortly after they'd had their first child together. According to this woman, there were no major issues in the marriage. She was a stay-at-home mom and had her husband wrapped around her finger. He did whatever she said, and she burnt him out. When he grew tired of her demands, she started threatening divorce. She thought she was still a great catch and that she could do better than her husband, so she left. She ended up getting joint custody of her son and the house after the divorce. Now, 10 years later, the ex-husband is happily remarried with a baby daughter and a new house. The divorced woman, on the other hand, has been unmarried ever since. She's jealous of her ex-husband's new wife, saying, "She took my husband, she took my kid, she took my life that was once mine, and now I live in an empty house." She claims she is alone and miserable and wishes she would have been a better wife 10 years ago so she wouldn't be in this situation. As you can probably imagine, not many people were very sympathetic towards this woman. "You got what you deserved and he got what he deserved," one Redditor commented. Others noted that the new wife didn't take anything from her, with one saying, "You gave it away." This woman's story may end in bitterness and guilt, but that's not the case for most divorcees. According to research derived from family law attorneys, 80% of divorcees end up remarried. While divorce is a valid option in many situations, it's not always the solution. It takes two to make things work, and many people believe this woman reaped what she sowed.
Now, you see that a lot of these women regretted ever getting divorced. A particular woman in the video said at the point she was making money, and because of that, she thinks the man is no longer enough for her. Like she had a lot of money, or maybe she was even richer than the man, and because of that, she divorced her husband. But from what these women talked about, we can notice that pride might be one of the reasons, because how will you do something? You clearly did something by yourself. You decided to divorce your husband and later you started regretting. So it could be as a result of pride which made some of these women to divorce their husbands. Well, I'd like us to continue to watch these videos. Let's watch the remaining part of the stitches, and when we are done watching, we'll come back to talk about it. So let's watch the remaining part and come back.
You wanna know what my biggest regret of my divorce was? Letting the divorce dictate what I did for about the first 8 years when I started it. I literally let the court system, filings, the motions, the attorneys, the judge, my ex, all the bullshit associated with him, and everything wrapped up in the divorce. I let that shit consume me so fucking much. It is my number one regret. My self-esteem was so low during those first 8 years. I lived and breathed trying to kiss a man's ass who hated my guts, who was always going to hate me, just so I could come across that our co-parenting journey was okay, when it really was not. It was a shamble. It was a shit show. And I literally tried everything I could to make it perfect for my kids, when in reality, I was only causing more problems because I was showing my kids that boundaries don't matter, self-worth wasn't important, and that I could just, let someone fuck me up with their words. Don't be me. Take care of yourself during this journey.
Lady is going viral for actually admitting that she divorced the love of her life for one reason, because she wanted more money.
I've been divorced before. My first marriage, we made all of the mistakes. Unfortunately, he passed away.
So why did you guys get a divorce?
Because I really wanted something different. It's very unfortunate because he was the most loving, kind person. I had all the love and support that I could have ever wanted. But I think I went through a period wanting money. Like I wanted to be with someone and be at a different level. And I saw him work all of the time. It's one thing to like work and work and work from like 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night, day in, day out, and still have no resources. And for me to work, do the same, and just want a different life.
So, long story short, you wanted a different life and lifestyle than he was able to provide. And so you said, you know what, I'm out of here. I need more money.
I was selfish and took advantage of a real unfortunate situation, which was he loved me and David unconditionally. Every time we saw each other, like you knew that was your soulmate, right?
Wow, so he was your soulmate. He just loved you.
He really did.
And you broke his heart. Oh, don't cry, Tim.
Listen, her ex is probably in heaven somewhere giving her the side eye. See, this is the situation that make a lot of men feel like they damned if they do and they damned if they don't. Because in some cases, if you're unemployed and can't provide, you lose. But also, if you have a good job, work hard, make a decent living, and are able to provide for your family, for the wrong woman, it's just never enough. But this lady is an example of how statistics now show that the leading cause of why most American couples get divorced is because of finances. Now, there are plenty of good, faithful, and loving, beautiful women out there who would cherish and appreciate a hardworking man. But unfortunately, there are also many misguided young women who get wrapped up in the fantasies of a lavish lifestyle and will quickly leave their soulmate for a guy with some money. But like our elders used to say, the grass ain't always greener on the other side.
Do you think people often regret that they've gotten divorced? I mean, there's so much that goes along with it.
We have a couple now who are reconciling literally weeks before trial. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It could be a good thing. They're going to go to therapy and hopefully for them, they'll work it out and do what's best for their family. So I guess it all depends on each situation.
Although if you've gotten that far, the likelihood is that they probably should be separated and or divorced, but it's a process and maybe at the very least, they're willing to negotiate now.
Which is a great thing because it'll save a lot of emotions and a lot of legal fees that they will save not paying us or other lawyers, but can put towards their lifestyle and the kids' lifestyle.
Here's why women regret divorce more than men. Financially speaking, women's lives get worse after the divorce, while men's get better. The standard of living for women goes down an average of 27%, while the standard of living for men goes up 10%. So you can see why women may feel that their lives get worse after divorce because their standards of living go down while their ex-husband's standard of living goes up.
Now, as a woman, I'd like to find out from you. Have you ever at any point in your life got married and you divorced your husband? What was your reason? And did you ever at any point in your life regret ever divorcing your husband? Just like these women shared their regrets. Sometimes women tend to hasten up to just want to divorce. Every little thing you see, they say divorce. And it's common all over. It's not something that is just common in the Western world like it used to be. But now it's common, even in Africa. Over little thing, they want to divorce. It's not like the man is beating them or he is promiscuous or something. Maybe because of a little argument, they just conclude that, oh, I don't want any more. Or maybe the lady asked for something from the husband and the husband can't provide it. Then she thinks, oh, he might be spending the money elsewhere. And for that reason, I want to divorce. Well, to me, I think divorce should not be something that should be done in haste. Always sit down, think about it, have a rethink. Because like an adage in Africa, you don't scratch your body the way it itches you, like you want to scratch it. You might end up giving yourself injury. So as a woman and as a man, I think you shouldn't hasten up to divorce. Don't be in a haste to divorce, because at the end of the day, you might end up regretting it, just like these women did. So it's not like, oh, you must divorce because you saw someone divorce and the person tends to show that he or she is very happy after divorce, but you don't live with them. At the end of the day, you find out that that person might not even be happy as he or she tends to portray it to be. The person might be hurting inside. I'm not saying that if there is legit reason for you to divorce, that you should still be there. The decision as at that time is for you to make, either to stay or to leave. But leaving because of trivial issue, just because little thing, then you want to divorce. So that's, for me, I don't think it's something that is very good. You have to have a rethink so that you not end up regretting. Well, I'd like you all to share your thought on this. Do you think divorce that women seek for, or even men, is sometimes not really necessary? Or what is your opinion? Please drop it here in the comment section. Please like my video, watch, subscribe, and give my video a thumbs up so that YouTube can help push my video to other people so they can see my content. Well, I'm Tracy, and right now I'm going to be signing out. See you guys in my next video. Bye.